The uninvited planet. The galaxy had waited 50 long years for this day. The Grand Galactic Vote was not a normal event. It was the moment when every major alien race decided the future of the galaxy, who would lead trade routes, who would protect borders, and who would control new star systems. Thousands of ships surrounded the giant space station called the Council Spire, glowing like a sun made of metal. Inside the station, hundreds of alien delegates walked proudly toward the main chamber. Some had shimmering scales, others had feathered bodies, some floated instead of walking, and others clicked or roared softly when they spoke. Every species had a seat. Every world had a voice. Except one. Earth. The seat marked Humanity, Terran Union, sat completely empty. Its silver frame shone under the lights, but no human sat in it. No Terran flag moved behind it. It looked like a grave. Whispers spread across the chamber. They didn't invite Earth again, one alien hissed. They are too aggressive, another replied. They destroy too fast. They adapt too fast. They must be kept out. Many nodded. Some smiled. A few even laughed. They had worked together to keep Earth silent. They believed humanity was too new, too independent, too unpredictable to be allowed into galactic politics. Today's vote would shape the next century, and they wanted humans far away from it. Inside a hidden section of the Council Spire, however, something unusual was happening. A young alien officer, barely trained, stared at a screen and whispered, "Why is Earth's communication line active? They should not even know the vote has started." But his supervisor ignored him. "Humans are clueless. Just leave it." The officer wasn't so sure. Far away on Earth, inside a deep underground command bunker, General Aiden Cross stood silently in front of a giant holographic display. Around him sat scientists, strategists, and commanders. Every screen showed the same thing. The Galactic Vote, live stream. Humans watched everything even though the galaxy believed they were locked out. Aiden crossed his arms and said softly, "They banned us, but they still fear us." No one replied. They didn't need to. Everyone knew the truth. Earth had not asked for a seat. Earth had earned it, through war, through discovery, through saving countless alien lives. But fear was stronger than respect. The words on the hologram changed. "Vote will begin in 10 minutes. Aiden looked at his team. "Activate all silent monitoring units. Prepare Operation Iron Resolve." A cold silence filled the room. "Sir," one officer asked nervously, "do you think they will notice?" Aiden shook his head. "They never notice us until it's too late." All across the solar system, hidden human ships came online. These vessels were not part of any public fleet. These were silent-class war dreadnoughts, secret creations built in deep space where no alien spy could see. They used a new technology that bent light and energy around them. To outside sensors, they simply did not exist. One dreadnought commander whispered, "All systems stable, cloak active." Another said, "Engines silent. We are invisible." Aiden issued a single command. "Move to Council Spire orbit. Do not engage unless ordered." One by one, the dreadnoughts folded space and vanished. Back inside the Council Spire, the vote was about to start. A huge hologram of the galaxy appeared above the delegates. A glowing crystal object, the control sphere, lifted into the air. When all species cast their votes, the sphere would change color and announce the result. A proud alien leader stepped forward and spoke loudly, "Let the galaxy witness unity. Let the vote begin." Everyone clapped, except the few species who felt uneasy. They kept staring at the empty seat of Earth, feeling something strange in their hearts. One whispered, "Humans do not stay quiet." Another replied, "Humans are unpredictable." But the others ignored them. As the control sphere rose higher, the lights suddenly flickered. Only for half a second, barely noticeable. Most thought it was nothing. But one technician, a tiny insect-like alien, froze. His antennae twitched as he stared at his screens. "What is this?" he whispered. "Energy spike, unknown origin, no, multiple origins." The spike vanished. The technician ran toward the council guard. "Sir. Something is entering our outer defense line." The guard waved him away. "Probably a cargo ship. Go back." The technician tried again. "No, sir, the readings disappeared completely." "Nothing should disappear. Even asteroids show a trace." The guard frowned, but before he could speak, the council leader shouted. "Begin the vote." Every delegate touched their console. Lights flashed across the chamber. The control sphere's core began to glow. Suddenly, the lights cut out. Every screen went black. A deep hum shook the chamber. Delegates panicked. "What is happening? Is this an attack? Who did this?" Aiden Cross watched from Earth. He whispered. "Right on time." Above the council spire, the cloaked human dreadnoughts drifted silently, their massive shadows blocking starlight. Even though no alien sensor could see them, their presence felt heavy, like the sky itself was holding its breath. Inside the council chamber, the darkness broke. A single hologram appeared in the air. Not alien. Not council-made. Human-made. A calm voice spoke. "Earth was not invited, but humanity is still here." Every alien froze. No one breathed. The voice continued. "And today, Earth casts its vote." Chaos exploded inside the council chamber. Delegates shouted over one another, voices rising, wings spreading, tails slamming the ground, claws tapping angrily. The human hologram had vanished, but the tension it left behind filled the room like smoke. The council leader, glowing with rage, yelled, "Close the chamber. Lock the doors. No one leaves until we crush this human interference." But many alien representatives were no longer looking at him. They were staring at the floating voting list left behind by Earth. One of them whispered, "They asked for peace, not power." Another murmured, "Maybe we made a mistake." The council leader slammed his staff again. "Silence. Humans are manipulating you. They want control." But more aliens were turning against him. A round, soft-bodied alien named Marilla stepped forward. "If humans wanted control, they would have attacked us already. Yet they remain outside, waiting. Watching. Not firing." A cold hush fell over the room. Because she was right. If humans wanted war, the station would be rubble by now. Unknown energy builds. High above the council spire, something invisible moved. The silent-class dreadnoughts began to slowly rotate around the station. Their movements were silent, graceful, and terrifying. They stayed cloaked, but their massive shadows bent starlight in strange shapes, as if the sky itself was folding. Inside the defense command room, alarms went wild. Power surge detected. Shields compressing. Something is pushing against us from the outside. But we can't see it. Then, suddenly, the station's shield turned bright blue for a moment. A ripple. A wave. A pulse. Everyone froze. A shield only reacts like that when something incredibly powerful touches it. The reptilian commander whispered, "They are not attacking us. But they are showing us how close they are." The young cadet beside him trembled. "Sir, they are surrounding us." "Not surrounding," the commander replied. "Encircling, like guardians." The word guardians didn't feel comforting. It felt like a warning. Inside Earth's hidden command bunker, General Aiden Cross stood in the center of the room, calm like a mountain in a storm. He watched the data stream from all dreadnoughts. An officer said, "All ships in final position, sir." No hostility detected from the council yet. Aiden nodded. They're scared. But fear makes people think. We want them thinking. Not fighting. Another officer approached with a holopad. General, a signal from the station. They're trying to trace our location. Let them try, Aiden said with a faint smile. They won't find anything. Humans had created a network so advanced that alien sensors didn't even recognize it as technology. It was like trying to catch a ghost with bare hands. Aiden walked toward the central display, showing a rotating image of the council spire. Proceed to Phase 3. Begin transmission. The human broadcast begins. The council chamber suddenly lit up again. But not from the station's lighting system. It came from the outside. White light. Like a second sun. A giant holographic projection filled the sky above the chamber windows. Every alien looked up, eyes wide, stunned. It wasn't a human face this time. It was the planet Earth. Blue. Green. Alive. Beautiful. And across it, a bold message glowed. We speak because we must. The room froze. The message changed again. You silenced us. You hid the truth. You used fear to control the young races. But now, the galaxy sees. Dozens of documents, videos, and audio logs projected around the chamber. Evidence of corruption. Evidence of illegal weapons. Evidence of secret attacks designed to blame humans. One piece of footage showed alien officials planning to manipulate the vote. Humans must be kept out, a voice said. They grow too fast. They evolve too much. They will challenge our power. The room erupted again, but this time not with fear. With anger. Anger at the council leader. Anger at being lied to. Marilla shouted, "You hid all this from us." A tall insectoid ambassador pointed a shaking limb. "You said humans were monsters." And yet, another shouted, "They seek justice while you spread lies." The council leader's crystal skin flickered in panic. He pointed at the sky hologram, screaming, "This is human forgery. This is a trick." But no one listened. Because the evidence looked too real. Too detailed. Too honest. Humans weren't asking for war. They were asking for truth. The galaxy looks toward Earth. Across the chamber, many delegates walked toward the empty human seat. Not to mock it. To honor it. One alien touched the seat gently. Humans deserve to be here. Another said, if they wanted to destroy us, they would have done it already. A third whispered, maybe they don't want control, maybe they want fairness. Even delegates from old rival species nodded. Then, the giant Earth hologram faded. A new symbol replaced it. A human-made vote button. Below it, a message. Press if you believe all races deserve a voice. For the first time in history. Every alien stared at the human vote symbol with respect. And fear. And curiosity. The council leader looked like he had lost everything. And the vote was only seconds away. The hologram flickered like a burning flame in the darkness. Every alien in the council chamber stared at the human symbol floating in the air, the blue Earth emblem with its glowing ring. For the first time in many years, the chamber was silent. No chatter. No pride. No arrogance. Just fear. The council leader, a tall creature with crystal skin, forced his voice to stay strong. Security. Shut this down. But when the guards tried to disable the hologram, their consoles sparked and powered off. The human signal was controlling the entire chamber. The calm human voice continued, for years, you refused Earth's seat. You silenced our messages. You blocked our entry. But still, we watched. Still, we learned. Some aliens trembled. Others whispered, how did they get inside our systems? The hologram expanded into a giant circle made of static. Then a human face appeared, an artificial face, not a real person. The voice spoke again, "Do not be alarmed. This is an auto message. No human has accessed your station physically, yet." The last word shook the room. The outer defense panic. At the edge of the council spire, alarms suddenly exploded. Red lights washed over the metal walls, and confused officers ran toward their stations. A reptilian commander hissed, "What is happening? We lost sensors on the east and west wings." "Sir," an officer cried. "Something is blocking our star field. But our scanners show nothing." "Nothing?" the commander roared. "Something that big cannot be nothing." But the officer pointed at the screen. Where there should have been stars, there was only darkness. A giant shadow covered half the view. Except the scanners showed 0 ships. 0 mass. 0 heat. 0 energy signature. It was impossible. Unless. The commander whispered, "Humans. They built something new." The council splits. Back in the chamber, the fear turned into anger and shouting. "This is illegal. This is a threat. Humans should be punished. They want war." But others weren't so sure. A small feathered alien, known for their peaceful nature, spoke softly, "Humans do not threaten without reason. Why invade our vote? What do they want?" The council leader slammed his claw on the podium. "Earth has no right to vote. They were banned for instability." Suddenly, the human hologram changed. Data streams poured down like falling rain, documents, logs, recordings. The voice spoke. "We were banned because we refused your demands. Because we did not bow. Because we stopped your secret weapons experiment on Omega-4." Gasps echoed across the chamber. Some alien diplomats stared at their own leaders with suspicion. "Is this true? You told us Omega-4 exploded by accident. You said humans caused it." But the hologram showed proof, videos of alien warlords experimenting on peaceful settlements. Humans had stopped them, not caused them. The chamber erupted again. The council leader panicked. "Shut it off. Shut it off now." But nothing worked. The human message kept going. The silent class ships surround the station. Above the council spire, the shadows began to move. 7 massive shapes slowly revolved around the station, still invisible to scanners, bending light around themselves. Their cloaking field distorted even starlight, making it seem as if the universe itself was warping. A young alien cadet screamed, "Something is touching our energy shields." The commander froze. "Impossible. Our shield stretched 20 kilometers." But the readings were correct. Something huge was pressing gently against the shield from all sides, as if testing it. The commander whispered, "This is not an attack, this is a warning." Inside Earth Command. Far below the surface of Earth, General Aiden Cross watched every unfolding second. He stood like a statue, his hands behind his back. "Ship network stabilized," a human officer reported. "All silent dreadnoughts in position. Cloak at 100%. Aiden nodded. "No aggression. Only pressure." The officer frowned. "Sir, is this safe? They might panic." "They already panic," Aiden said calmly. "Humans do not start wars. We only end them." Another officer approached. "General, the message has reached Phase 2. Should we proceed?" "Yes," Aiden replied. "Reveal the vote." The message that changed everything. Inside the council chamber, the human hologram shifted again, revealing a glowing vote symbol. It pulsed slowly like a beating heart. The voice said, "Earth casts its decision now. And the galaxy will hear it." Aliens leaned forward, hearts tight, afraid of what Earth might demand. Would humans vote for control? For punishment? For war? The sphere glowed brighter, then a list appeared. Earth's vote. 1. End forced alliances. 2. Stop illegal experiments. 3. Equal rights for all young civilizations. 4. Protection for outer colonies. And finally, 5. Allow Earth its rightful seat. Silence again. Total silence. Many aliens looked at each other, stunned. Earth could have asked for power. They could have demanded leadership. They could have asked for revenge. But they didn't. They chose justice. They chose fairness. They chose peace. A light-feathered alien whispered, "Why did we fear them?" Another said, "They are stronger than us, but kinder too." But the corrupted council leader growled, "Do not be fooled. Humans show peace only when it benefits them." He raised his staff to order security. But the room suddenly shook. A deep vibration. A slow hum. Something outside was powering up. The human voice spoke one last line. "Do not force our hand. Humanity has spoken. The vote must continue, with Earth included." And then the hologram vanished, leaving the council in chaos. The council chamber vibrated as if the space station itself had begun to breathe. The massive hologram of Earth disappeared, leaving behind a stunned silence, one that felt heavier than gravity. Hundreds of alien eyes focused on the floating human vote symbol. It hung in the center of the chamber like a quiet challenge. No one knew who would move first. A heartbeat later, the council leader stepped forward with trembling fury. His crystal skin flared red. "Do not touch that symbol. Do not be fooled. This is human manipulation." But no one retreated. And no one stepped away from the symbol. Instead, one of the oldest representatives, a tall being made of feathered light, whispered, "Humans ask for justice, not power. Why does that frighten you so much?" The council leader's jaw tightened. "Because they are dangerous." But an insectoid diplomat replied sharply, "So are we all when treated unfairly." The entire chamber murmured in agreement. The council leader realized he was losing control. He tried again. "They surrounded our station. They threaten us." But at that exact moment, the floor trembled again. Not from an attack, but from something outside. Something large. Something powerful. Something hidden. The silent dreadnoughts uncloak. Partially. Above the council spire, a ripple cut across the stars, like a knife slicing through water. One by one, huge shapes disturbed the sky. The dreadnoughts were still cloaked, but their outlines were visible for the first time. They appeared like giant shadows bending the night. On the defense deck, officers panicked. "Something is distorting the shield. Massive objects detected, unknown class. They're not firing, they're just waiting." The reptilian commander leaned close to the screen and whispered in awe, "They could crush us with one strike." "Why haven't they?" The cadet answered, voice shaking, "Because humans only show force, not use it." The commander's eyes narrowed. "That is what makes them dangerous." Inside the chamber, Earth makes its move. The chamber lights suddenly turned white. A new hologram appeared inside the room. But this time, it wasn't a symbol or message. It was a live transmission. General Aiden Cross stood in the center of a command room, hands behind his back. Every alien fell silent. For the first time in years, they were staring directly at a human leader. Aiden's calm voice filled the hall. "Council delegates. Humanity greets you with respect." Gasps echoed across the chamber. He continued, "We came today because you denied our right to speak. Not because we wished for war, but because you hid the truth from the galaxy." The council leader shouted, "You hacked our systems. You invaded our airspace. This is an act of hostility. Aiden shook his head. If humans wish to be hostile, you would not be standing inside this chamber right now. The room froze. He was telling the truth. Then Aiden stepped aside, revealing a live window showing the silent dreadnoughts around the station. As you can see, our ships are in position. They will not fire unless fired upon. Humanity brings strength, not destruction. One alien whispered, their ships look like mountains. Another murmured, and they hide entire mountains behind a cloak. The council leader tried to regain control. This is intimidation. No, Aiden replied softly. This is clarity. Earth's true purpose revealed. Aiden pressed a button on his panel. A soft blue light filled the chamber. Then, a peaceful scene appeared. The planet Earth rotating slowly in space. We did not come to challenge your power, Aiden said. We came to challenge your fear. The words hit the room harder than any weapon. Aiden continued, you banned us because we grew powerful. Because we innovated fast. Because we refused to bow. But we do not want your throne. He paused. We want fairness. Many aliens lowered their heads in shame. Aiden spoke again, we want equal rights for young civilizations. We want protection for small colonies. We want unity through strength, not fear. The council leader looked ready to explode. You speak of peace, but you surround us with warships. Aiden's eyes narrowed slightly. We surrounded you so that no empire here can silence us again. The entire chamber felt the truth. Earth was not threatening them. Earth was protecting its voice. The turning point. Marilla, the soft-bodied alien, stepped forward toward the human vote symbol. Humanity offers strength without domination. And justice without fear. That is worth more than any fleet. Another representative joined her. Earth deserves its seat. A third stepped forward. Earth deserves a voice. A fourth whispered, Earth deserves trust. The council leader shouted desperately, stop them. But he stood alone. One by one, dozens of alien delegates walked toward the human vote symbol and placed their hands on it. As they touched it, the symbol glowed brighter. Blue. Then silver. Then gold. General Aiden watched quietly from the hologram, his expression unreadable. Then a soft chime echoed across the chamber. Aiden spoke. The galaxy has made its choice. The chime grew louder, resonating through the station. Earth's vote had been accepted. Earth had gained its seat. But something even bigger was about to happen. Because the control sphere above the chamber was now glowing gold, brighter than ever before. A new vote had begun. A vote that would rewrite galactic history. The control sphere hovered above the chamber like a golden sun. Streams of light flowed around its surface as new symbols formed inside it. Every alien stared up at it with wide eyes. It had never glowed this bright before. Something old was being broken. Something new was being born. Marilla stepped forward and whispered, the galaxy itself listens today. For centuries, the Galactic Council had controlled every vote. They approved laws. They selected leaders. They decided which planets mattered, and which did not. But today, Earth had shattered that old system. And the galaxy could not ignore it anymore. The golden glow expands. The sphere flashed again. Light shot across the chamber ceiling like lightning. A voice boomed from the sphere, not human, not alien. But the ancient automated system built millions of years ago by the first civilizations. New entry registered. Terran Union, accepted. A full council vote must be held for ethical restructuring. Gasps filled the hall. Ethical restructuring? That had not happened in thousands of years. Even the council leader stepped back in fear. No, no, this cannot be right, he whispered. But the sphere ignored him. Begin the galactic ethical vote. Lights expanded across the chamber, creating projections of every alien species connected to the council network. Thousands of holograms flickered to life. Millions of digital votes prepared to activate. The galaxy was watching. The galaxy was choosing. Aiden speaks one last time. The hologram of General Aiden Cross returned to the center of the room. His calm face filled the chamber. People of the galaxy. Humanity thanks you. His voice echoed gently. We did not want war. We did not want control. We only wanted fairness. You saw the truth, and you stood with justice instead of fear. For that, Earth will always respect you. The chamber remained silent, deeply attentive. Aiden took a breath. We now cast our final vote. He raised his hand. Earth votes for equal rights to all young races. A symbol glowed. Earth votes for protection of small colonies. A second symbol glowed. Earth votes for free trade without corruption. A third. Earth votes for peace enforced by unity, not punishment. A fourth. And then. Earth votes for a new beginning. The final human symbol shined brighter than the rest. The galaxy responds. The control sphere began to glow brighter and brighter. Its core shifting colors as votes rushed in from every race. One by one, alien symbols flashed gold. Peace. Unity. Fair treatment. No more secret experiments. No more forced alliances. No more silencing weaker planets. A new structure. A new order. And humans had lit the spark. As the votes continued, many alien delegates stepped forward toward Earth's empty chair. They touched it gently, almost with reverence. One whispered, humans gave us courage. Another said, we feared them, but we needed them. A third murmured, they fight only when they must. Even those who once hated humans lowered their heads. Because today, humanity had shown strength without violence. Power without cruelty. Leadership without shouting. They had done the impossible. The council leader faces judgment. Suddenly, the sphere turned red for a moment. A loud chime rang through the chamber. Corruption detected in senior leadership. Council leader under investigation. Emergency vote initiated. Every delegate turned to the trembling council leader. He stepped back, horrified. No, no, you can't remove me. I guided this council for centuries. Humans ruined everything. But neither humans nor aliens supported him. Marilla spoke softly, you ruined yourself, by hiding the truth. The vote lasted only seconds. The sphere flashed. Council leader removed. He dropped to his knees as guards approached. Not one species stepped forward to defend him. His era had ended. The galaxy moved on. A new dawn. The control sphere turned gold again. A soft, warm light filled the chamber. Ethical vote completed. New laws implemented. Equality for all recognized civilizations. Terran Union granted permanent High Council seat. The final line echoed like thunder. The galaxy is united. General Aiden appeared once more, but this time his expression softened. Thank you, he said. Humanity will stand with you, not above you. The hologram faded. But outside the station, the silent dreadnoughts slowly uncloaked fully for the first time. Massive. Beautiful. Silent. Their hulls shimmered under the starlight like floating continents. Not as weapons. But as guardians. The station trembled with awe, not fear. The reptilian commander whispered, they could have destroyed us, but instead they protected our right to choose. The cadet beside him smiled. Humans changed the galaxy today. The final moment. As the chamber lights returned to normal, delegates walked out with a new sense of hope. Many stopped by Earth's chair once more, touching it with respect. And far away, in Earth's bunker, Aiden Cross watched the final report. He closed his eyes for a moment, relief washing over him. "Notify all ships," he said softly. "Stand down. Mission complete." The silent dreadnoughts drifted away from the station, engines humming peacefully. The stars seemed brighter that day. Because a new chapter had begun. One where Earth was not a threat. Not an outsider. Not a banned voice. But a guiding light. And the galaxy would never forget the day humanity voted. Even when they were not invited.